Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Letitia K. If it is your first time on this channel, you are welcome. If you are a return subscriber, a returning watcher, iyabulela ilai for coming back. Thank you for coming back, for watching again. But make sure that you are not just a returning watcher. Make sure you are a returning subscriber. So please do click on the subscribe button, and also make sure that you do like. If you are watching from your television, just know that you actually can like YouTube videos from eTV yako. You can just press the up button, the up arrow on your key on your remote, and you're gonna see the thumbs up and the thumbs down. Don't be that person. Click on the thumbs up, and also please do comment. Even if you put a white hat, you know, you can do that. But also what you also can do is share this video, so please do that. So let's get into it. Today we have a story time. Okay, so today's story time is how my boyfriend flirted with a girl in front of me, got upset, and ended up chasing me with his car. You does not make sense. I know, Johnny. Okay, that was me just getting a thumbnail also in there. So let's start where it started. So this is a guy I was dating. I'm gonna call him my boyfriend. He's not my boyfriend anymore. In fact, it's close to him reaching expiry yoba ex, because I get to a certain years where I'm like, you're no longer my ex anymore. So at that time, he was my boyfriend. For story's sake, I'm gonna keep calling him my boyfriend. And then there's my best friend, right? So it's my boyfriend, my best friend who's a female. Then there's a cousin, a boyfriend. Very important people in the story time. So me and the guy, the relationship it started off. We've been through a lot. Ngama disappointments. Ngama letting down. Ngama lies. It started very on the wrong foot, but then clown me. I was like, kind of rebound, kind of just got out of another relationship, you know. Wrong, or in fact, toxic, because he knew I was dating someone else and he asked me out, but then I was like, I don't want anyone, jola. And when he realized that I'm actually single again, he was like, okay, let me try again. And he did. And I was like, I don't owe anyone loyalty, so let me just see where this can lead, or where can it go. And I gave it a chance, you know. But you know those gents about disappointed that promise to do things, promise to come, promise to take you out, promise to do this, and never do it. It started off like that. You know, where those situations where someone says, oh, let's go out on a date, let me take you out and whatever. Ube ready, no, uziphafise, uzipaparaze, uzilungise. Yonke lonto leba uyaphuma, uyakhutshwa. Chophe couch okanye uchophe bedini, cross imilenze kanje ulindile. I was in that situation. I think kwabetha o2 o'clock. I'm even ashamed to say it out like that. Ndahlala ebedini ngicross imilenze ndifake i-makeup, outfit ithini, okobe ndilinde from 7 o'clock. Ngo2 ndawumbatha, andikhululanga ndombatha nje, ndakhulula ihlangu nje, ndithi ihlambo uzawufika qoma at this point, noba siye phi, noba siye epakini or wherever. But because he did say, oh, there's an emergency, my cousin, he's that kind of person that's willing to help everyone. J family, oh, let me transport that person. So he was willing to disappoint me to transport a friend, your cousin, not even his friend, his cousin's friend. So that's how the relationship started. A lot of disappointments and honeymoon phase azange saba nayo. There's a lot of incidents that happened before this specific day where There's a lot of things that happened before that. Okay, so fast forward to the day that we the weekend before the weekend of the incident. So the weekend before the weekend of the incident, it's my friend and I were at my place and we're chilling. And so he calls and he's like, who you chilling with? I'm like, I'm chilling with my best friend, Mang Mang. So he's like, okay, I'm coming through with my cousins and we've got, alcohol. So I'm like, okay, cool, you can come through. So he comes over to my place. He comes over, him, his brother, and his cousin. Fine, we chill. So as we're chilling, I'm kind of like on my phone, we're laughing, everyone kumnandi. So while we're chilling, his cousin and my best friend start a conversation, and then they start talking. Then in the middle of that, I don't remember what happened, but because we've been arguing since the relationship started, we used to argue a lot. So because something that happens, then I could see that he's upset. And I remember that he stormed out, and the way he stood up and walked out, something happened, but I'm not sure what it was. I don't remember. And so it kind of got awkward ending because everyone can see he's upset, and I'm like, and everyone's looking at me as in follow him. So I followed him, and when we got outside, he was a smoker, so he's smoking, and I could see he's upset, and I was like, what's wrong? And then he tells me, oh, so the problem was that I was kind of like neglecting him, I was like, okay, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong, but he felt like I was neglecting him. And the thing is, he was stubborn, I was stubborn. So I was like, I'm neglecting. I'm not neglecting you. He got upset, and it kind of almost got physical because as he was talking, I decided to walk away, and I was giggling. I was like, "I suka," and then he's like, he pushed me back. He pushed me back, but. As I was walking past him, leaving, he pushed me back. I was like, and then because his brothers and cousins knew him to be a bit violent, and I didn't know, because that was actually the first time we, put his hands on me in a way that's not acceptable. They knew, so they kind of like started walking out. So we were all now siphandle, and the moment he, trying to push me back again, holding my neck, they quickly jumped. And also that for me was the first red flag when it comes to he's got anger issues, no problem. Okay, so the week went by. Something else happened again. The Friday. So, okay, with these disappointments, I think it was another disappointment of something that's gonna happen that did not happen. You get. So the Friday, I decided, you know what, let me just go out with my friends. So I go out with my friends. We come back to my friend's place. That's where we slept. It was the three of us. But my friend's boyfriend came and fetched her. So me and my friend, the friend from the previous weekend that was with me, the bestie, was there. So she heard me arguing with him because it was around 1 o'clock, 2 a.m. And we're on the phone arguing, Friday night, Saturday, midnight. Yeah. Now we're arguing, and then fine, we argued for whatever reason. So Salala no bestie, the bestie that was having a thing with the cousin the previous weekend. Also the previous weekend, the weekend we kind of like, but until collab. That weekend, bestie and the cousin exchanged numbers. So from that Saturday, Sunday, they started talking up until the Friday, where I and my partner then had the argument in front of my friend over the phone, right? So they were then talking. I didn't even know that they exchanged numbers. That's my best friend and the cousin. I didn't know they exchanged numbers. But fine. So comes the following weekend, the Friday, I'm on the phone arguing with my partner for whatever reason, because we always arguing because, we were both crazy. To the fact that we used to call each other Mabena. If you know that club, Mabena, you disappoint me, Mabena. You know, you would know. We call each other Mabena. Even till this day, we call each other Mabena. So, the Friday, we argue. Saturday, me and my friend, we wake up. And then the Saturday, the morning after the argument that I had over the phone with my boyfriend, it's the Saturday now, whole day, I don't talk to my boyfriend. Like, because that Saturday, it was my friend's housewarming. So I was so concentrated on the housewarming, and my friend, Bestie, we were still together the whole day. You get? We were still together the whole day. And seeing that she's my best friend, she's my friend, she knows everything. All the ups and the downs, we've been through a lot. I can be only 6 months, but none of it, we've been through a lot, which is all disappointments. We've been through a lot. She knows all of that. She knows all of it. You get? She knows my ex. She's talking to my ex, and she's now talking to my... I don't know why friends want to be in contact with friends' boyfriends. Like, Mina, you're my friend. I don't want your boyfriend's number. I don't want your husband's number. I don't see the reason. What was the reason? I don't see it, but other people are okay with it, and I'm not okay with that. My friend having my partner's contact number and them talking and giggling on WhatsApp, commenting on each other's statuses does not make sense. Because because that's what happened. Story for another day. So, it's the Saturday, it's the housewarming. So throughout the day, we're preparing for the housewarming, and then we get to the other friend's house where it's the housewarming. We chill, kumnandi. Remember, I said that whole day, the Saturday, I did not speak to my boyfriend. And my friend was there when I was arguing on the phone, and I was telling her after the call how upset I am. Yabo, ndaventa kuchomi. Silale no chomi, sivuke, silungiselele ya housewarming, siye ku housewarming. Uyaqaphela? Not a problem. Kube mnandi ku housewarming, kube mnandi. Very important. Not speaking to my partner. She can see I'm not talking, I'm not on my phone. Ndilapha kule ndawo sikuyo. Kusonabile sizovula indlu. Do you get? Just sithe sahleli ubesti andikrweqe bamasiphume phandle ungabe namsebenzi. We go outside. When we get outside, she's like, yo chomi, andiyazi noma kuzoba right na, but I've invited cousin Kamabena. I'm gonna call the boyfriend Mabena because that's how we call each other. Invited cousin Kamabena. Pause. She asked me if I'm gonna be okay with the fact that now the reason why she's telling me that my boyfriend's cousin is coming is because the cousin does not have a car, and at this point it's late, and the cousin is coming from far over to where we are, so there's no public transport, there's nothing. It is an obvious that the cousin is coming with my boyfriend's car. My boyfriend is going to bring the cousin to where we are. That is why she's telling me. And she's telling me this because she knows I had an argument with my boyfriend. So she is basically bringing my boyfriend over to the party where we're at. That is why she's calling me outside and telling me, Chomi, cousin ka boyfriend wako, ngithe mageza. The nerve, number 2, to call someone to come over at someone else's party or an event. It's not your event. It's your friend's event. And there's only ladies here. And you are inviting a guy you met last week, and this guy is going to come with your friend's boyfriend, of which your friend and the boyfriend that's bringing the cousin that you're starting a conversation with have an argument or had an argument. They're not in speaking terms, but you're bringing your friend's boyfriend over through cousin, whereas they're having an argument, And before you invited him, you didn't like Chomi, didn't invite your cousin, baze. Because it's not just going to be one person, it's going to be a group, because it's going to be the cousin coming with the boyfriend, my boyfriend's car, and they're all going to come and be here. So because I'm this person that I don't respond or react quite quick, even in situations where I feel like I'm betrayed or I'm being disappointed, I'm going to be okay. So when she told me, that it's fine. Yeah, but because I knew I can be civil, I'm not going to go on as much as, I'm not going to cause drama. I'm going to be okay for the sake of housewarming and respecting lomtu sizekuyo uhostai. But then also the hostess at this point was pop drunk, So So I don't know if she gave an address or directions, but it got to a point where they were trying to get to the place, the house where we're at. They were getting lost. So she's calling me, trying to get me to help with the directions. So at this point, the cousin, my boyfriend's cousin, gave the phone to my boyfriend because he's driving. So the best person that's going to be able to give the direction is him. So she also then calls me to help with giving them a direction, which means I have to now speak to my boyfriend, whereas we weren't speaking. I'm forced to speak to my boyfriend, to give him direction so that they can get to where we are. So there I am, being myself. No, hamba so endaweni ethile kanje na kanje. You know what? Let me send you a location. So I send location from my phone. So now I'm speaking to my boyfriend, who I wasn't speaking to, and I had no intention of speaking to him until ibe nguye ozithobayo, because nama ndizozithoba. Unenkani nami nenkani, makunkanizwe ke kube kusenkanivel, So here I am now forced, and this is how I'm starting to talk to him again. Fine, indinike ke Sunday location. Hi, fast, baby. Bafik. So as they get there, well, okay, we obviously was like, oh hi, Osiphan. I'm like, okay, cool. Siphume. Asphuma. So it's my boyfriend, my boyfriend's cousin. Boyfriend's brother again that was there the previous weekend. But also there's another friend, my boyfriend's other friend, and then 2 girls. So it's the 5 of them now that have come over. It's a whole group. So it's not just the cousin and the boyfriend. It's a brother and a friend and 2 girls. But from these girls, one is a cousin. I'm nobody girlfriend, but I don't know her. But I know the one girl was boyfriend's cousin. Bafike, as they arrive, bathula ikula box emotweni and everything. Now open the gate. The hostess is drunk at this point that she's utipile. Do you get? So I'm now playing hostess. Fika nibalungiselele indawo yohlala and everything, and because they had to park their car inside or something. No, the one's friend's car was already parked inside the yard, so there wasn't space. Yeah, I just nabakhalele gateini. So what happened, as boyfriend was walking in, he was carrying the cooler box, and I was approaching the gate. So as I passed him, he looks at me, I look at him, and he's like, Kasuga when I don't. I was like, I boy, don't. Yes, I don't. Ian Polka, Namdam Polka, but it's serious. Because like I said, I'm gonna be cool for the sake of Linda school and Sinpayona. And I saw nigga can choke. I was like, I'm from choke. Not a problem. So I helped them. Nasi stulo, in a cousin, in a friend, in a girl that I don't know. So everyone gets a spot to sit down. Remember, at this housewarming, it's the owner of the house, it's my friend, it's me, and then it's the owner's other 2-3 friends or so. And these other girls, I just see them through the girl that's hosting's phone when she posts them. But personally, I don't know the other 2 or 3 girls. On that day, but we were cool with each other because when you get to a place, right, no reason to be bad or have bad vibes. So nabile right So they walk in, Dlalo hostess, because the actual hostess, Tipilulele, and I play hostess and I'm greeting everyone, chit-chatting with the friends and the brothers and the cousin, and so the cousin and my best friend then sit next to each other and they chit-chat. So I'm busy chit-chatting with other people to a point that kwaphela indawo yoba mandihlale. So where my partner is sitting, so it was this one girl that I met on the day of the housewarming, which is the housewarmer's hostess' friend, and then it was my partner, and then it was the cousin, and then it was my best friend. So bahleli kanjalo. It's like a U-shaped sitting arrangement. So anandawo ndihlale kwi-armrest ye-couch on the other side, on the opposite side. So I'm not next to my partner. He's sitting with a stranger next to him. And anduzufike ndithi suka ntombazana ndihlale xa ngondoda yam. I'm not that kind of girl. You know, ingabe namsebenzi. So right here, I think I was trying to get snacks or something. So it's the but I'm also in the kitchen. But time goes on that we chit-chat dance. And remember, we're not on speaking terms. So after the greeting that we had when he was walking in, I didn't speak to him again. Kind of and be like, hi baby, or hug him. I just didn't speak to him. But if we're having a conversation and he's saying something, I also laugh, like, snacks. I'm honestly that person. I'll be mad at you, but I'm not going to show everyone. But also don't want to be chomi or baby with me, whereas we're not on speaking terms. You know, but also I'm not going to show everyone snacks. If you speak to me, I'm going to respond. You ask me a question, I respond. You say something, I respond. I'm that kind of person. So hour goes by, we're continuing with the fun and the vibe, but still we're not talking. I'm not sitting next to him. So he then starts a conversation with the girl next to him. And I'm cool with that. I still continue playing hostess. Didn't say kitchen. We got to a point, fresh siyafrayisha nofrayisha ke ngoku ingabi namsebenzi. Hey, so it happens that the other girl that was also there also passed out, and that's the girl that has a car. So with that, I don't know who woke my other friend up. And when she woke up, she came back wahlale couching. So as a hlale couching, because my partner is used to my other friend, not the bestie, no, not that one, the other girl, he then goes to her and asks her, where's your car keys? And she's a bit lost because obviously and then uyavuka ke ngoku ebuthongweni ubuzwa izitixo zemoto. And we're all looking at her because I knew where the car keys, I had the car keys. Mbuza siphi izitixo zemoto, zibani banzi izitixo zemoto. My friend is lost, but you know, and we're laughing at her, she's lost and all of that. So I tell my partner then, no, I've got the car keys. Here's the car keys. And he's like, okay, cool, as long as we know where the car keys are. That's him caring for my friend, the other friend, not bestie, the other friend. And I'm cool with that. I actually like that he cares for my friends, because you know, she's drunk, making sure she knows where her car keys are and all of that, seeing that if we get deep in. Still, the hostess is still passed out. Moving on. Him chatting to the girl next to him. So from the other girls that are friends of the hostess, the one is then fetched by her boyfriend. So she leaves. So the one that he's chatting with is still there. That the girl stands up next to him. She stands up. As he's sitting, she stands up. So this girl was wearing is it called it dangari dress? Twendoni la lokwe. Twendoni la lokwe. I dress, I jean, don't dangari. I think it's called it dangari. but it dangari dress, but it's a short one, you know. She was wearing that, a black short dangari dress or something. So as this girl is standing up talking to the girl that's about to leave, that's being fetched by her boyfriend, I'm sitting on the opposite side on your couch. As I'm sitting, I'm having a chat with the cousin, his female cousin, not the guy cousin that's now chit-chatting with my bestie. No, the female cousin that he brought, that I'm seeing for the first time, chit-chatting with them and the other girl that I don't know go to girl or related ganjai, which is not important. I'm chatting to them. So because I'm sitting on opposite them, I see him pulling the girl's short dangari dress, as in hlala phansi, as in sit down, you know. But also with the sit down, kind of like uyamfila, like playing ngerim le yellow le ayinxibile did unxibe into short and ke ngoku umile, so umeso apha kuye ngale lock, so ndingayazi nokudlala ngayo kamnyamtsala, but enze lonto. But the girl isn't paying attention, andimazi noba kamva or she's ignoring him on purpose, but I'm there, ndilapho bemfila umtsala ilokho bangahlala phansi. Seeing that I'm sitting opposite, ndithe xa ndiphakamisa intloko, then I caught him doing whatever, feeling her or pulling ilokwe. But as he's pulling or feeling her thighs or the dress or whatever he was doing, as he's doing that, he's looking at me. Njengoba ndihleli opposite, he's looking at me. So as I lift my head, our eyes catch each other, strongane, and I see his hand, and he sees me, and I see him, and then we see each other, and then he giggles. He stops and he giggles. Me being me, I go back to the conversation and give a smirk. Give a smirk. But then at this point, it's now my bestie, my best friend, standing in the kitchen. So ndiphakame apha ndiye kubhesti ndithi chomi, uyandizama lo mfana, akatsala-tsalile ntombazana ngeloko phambi kwam. Besti hayi yenza njani loo nto, hayi iyandiqhela. But I'm like, I'm going to be calm, I'm not going to cause a drama or anything like that. Ingabi namsebenzi ndibuye kutshomi after ndimbalisela, nabo ndoda yami ifila le ntombazana ngoku ebesiphole nayo apha kwi-housewarming. Hayi ndithi tshomi iyeke, ndibuyele ndiyohlala phantsi. Senanxoko ke ngoku, I'm trying to calm myself down because andiyazi le nto andenzele yona. Ingabi namsebenzi. So this girl whose dress he was pulling sits down. And then they continue talking. Then ke ngoku ndaconcentrate kule conversation. Ndabe sendiyayiva uba uhlala phi, noma uhlala pha ndihlala endaweni ethile. No, ndiyakwazi endaweni ethile. Then the conversation yangathi yaqina. Obviously izawuqina because now I'm paying attention. Like at first I didn't care, I didn't mind my partner having a conversation with the girl he's sitting next to. Like I'm not that kind of jealous person. But at this point ngoku indlebe ndithetha but indlebe zipha concentration and seven nalapha mane ndihleka ndiyazi noba I'm supposed to laugh na or not, ndiyajiva but andijive nyani mane you know, sendilapha. So it got to the point where this girl that was sitting next to my boyfriend also had to leave. Her boyfriend came to fetch her as well. So as we were sitting, we were listening to music, and we were playing music through the girl's phone, the girl that was sitting next to my boyfriend. We were playing music through her phone. So as she's leaving, she leaves with the phone. So it's like, okay, Bani also connected Bluetooth, and so we can listen to music. That's where the problem then started, because I then connected my phone, right? I was like, no, stop, connected, beep, boom, 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 boom. Party continues. So when this girl left, he stood up from where he was sitting, and came and sat next to me. Now, I'm getting the girl that was sitting next to him left. So he stood up and came and sat next to me. I'm upset. I'm mad. Let me take a sip. Because this is where the drama unfolds. He comes and sits next to me. So I start the conversation this side, and I look at him, and he's now trying to get cozy, hugging me, like, right? And I was like, I don't know after what I just saw. I know I promised that I'm not gonna cause a drama. But he was touching me now, being lovey-dovey. I was like, oh, that girl has left, so now you can actually come up to me and be lovey-dovey with me. I was like, awukwazi. That's what I said. Awukwazi galuk. That's all I said. Awukwazi galuk. He looked at me. His face changed. Stood up and walked out. So, obviously, he's storming out. The last time he stormed out, everyone looked at me to follow him. And after I followed him, everyone kind of like followed to come and see, just check up and ask what's happening. The same thing happened. When he stormed out, I must follow him. He's upset. He's the one that's wrong. Okay, maybe I shouldn't keep the pretending. But now he storms out, I must follow. Okay, fine, okay. To follow Ish. I get to the car. He's sitting like this. Like this. Upset in the car, leaning against the window. So I get in the car. I'm trying to keep the vibe going. Like, him and I should make peace, be right, for the sake of the people that he brought. So I'm like, alrighty, indoni, uteni. At this point, I'm supposed to come here to Ngeng. I'm coming to the car to Ngeng him to be okay, because he brought his friends and cousins, and then now he's leaving them upset in the car. So being a woman, okay, fine, we're right, Indoni. We're right. We're going to talk about our issue tomorrow. For now, let's just continue having fun for the sake of the people that you brought and everyone, so that you all have fun. Be right. A nigga's not talking to me. He's not looking at me. He's just sitting upset like this. You know, you get anganag at all. Fine, not a problem. Remember, I say that they've got this thing of walking out so that they can kind of check up on us but not make it obvious. So as I was about to walk out, people start coming out of the gate, the yard, and then they were just standing, small groups, 2, 3, chit-chatting, to also check up on us. So I get out of the car, and in front of the car is the cousin and my best friend standing next to each other. So I go and stand next to them and was like, hi, and there's the son. And so the cousin asked me what went on. So I tell him he was doing this and this happened. So after the girl left, he came to me and he was all touchy, lovey-dovey, and I was upset, but I didn't want to, cause a scene. So when he touched me, I was like, awukwazi galok. And because of the awukwazi galok, that's why I stormed out. So my friend's like, no man, khawuthethe naye. Oh, it's me. Khawuthethe naye. So I'm like, okay, fine. This time I'm not gonna get into the car. So I go over to the driver's side. I get to the driver's side because he had turned down his window, and he's now still sitting like this. He had turned down his window. So I get there, I lean on the door like this. And some look at other kids now sitting outside, what's going on, right? He's not talking to me. Because I'm leaning like this on the door and the window's open, the window's all turned down, he then lifts up the window. As I'm, leaning like this, he turns up the window. I can go. Hayibo, ndiyancenga ngingekho wrong mos, but ndiyacenga. As he's turning the window up, I'm like, hayibo, and I'm pressing the window down, the glass window. But at this point, by your violence net. He's pressing, lifting it up. I'm pressing it down, pressing it up and pressing it down. And then obviously I couldn't, now I'm to overpower the window, electric windows. I was like, okay, cool, man, yeah. But as I was letting go of the window, I was like, I suga. And then I walked away. So as I was like, ring, walking away, I was walking then away to get to a gate dini. So I'm walking in front of the car. So because I did the because I'm not being the guy, he was like, vroom, imoto. Hey, start the motor, lights on, as I'm walking in front. And as I was, vroom, imoto. And I jumped backwards because as I was trying to pass in front of the car, that's when he moved the car forward. And then I jumped backwards. And in shock, I was like, as I'm standing, he came. Usisi. I was like, hey, bo, you're chaser. Sissy, moving away, turned around. I was running. But it's not like it was a long chase. Drama. It was like long chase because I jumped, he stopped, and he came forward again. So I jumped and realized this. And serious, I was sure next to Tool. I turned around, but then remember the cousin and the brothers came out because they know him more than I do, so they knew. So the brother jumped also in front of the car trying to stop him while I'm running away. But now he wasn't just driving straight, because when he was coming forward, I kind of ngabalekela phambili, but then crossing the road, and he drove behind me, and also in speed man. But the thing is, Jackie Chan, me myself, I'm Jackie Chan. I jumped very fast, that crossing lane, and he was also driving towards me, and he turned the car endleleni like this, trying to chase me with the car. But then his brother was also like trying to get me behind him, and as I'm running behind him, the brother now, and him coming towards him, the brother is also holding the car, trying to stop him. He's like, what are you doing? And because I ran in front and across, so I ran around to behind the car at this point. So I was trying to get behind the car so that he passes the gate and I get inside. And as I ran around behind the car, he stopped while the car was, exile endleleni, andiyazi ngizothi imenjani endleleni ngemoto. He got out of the car. As I'm trying to run to the gate to go inside the yard, he came out of the car and came around so that he meets me before I get to the gate. But the cousin quickly came and stopped it. I don't know what he was going to do, but I was going to fight. I don't know with what strength, but that's what happened. And I quickly ran inside the yard because the brother and the cousin weren't stopping him. So I ran inside, and then my friend came to check up on me. And then they obviously had to leave at this point, and they left. He wasn't talking, he was just doing what he was doing, not talking at all. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna die here. So the Sunday went by. After that, we didn't talk the Sunday. And then the Monday came after work. He came over and we spoke about it. He apologized. There were a lot of stories going on. And then I picked up from what he said, his cousin, the male cousin, the conversation he had. It sounded like my best friend and the cousin had a conversation that week after they exchanged numbers. The week, and remember, they met the weekend, and then it was the week, and they were talking, and then came the weekend of the housewarming. They had a conversation where they were actually discussing our relationship. Hence, my best friend, when we were having the housewarming, and she called me outside to tell me that my boyfriend's coming with the cousin. She invited the cousin and asked me if it's okay. The reason she asked me that is because she was having a conversation with a cousin and they were discussing us. Because on the other side, the cousin also went to my boyfriend's like, hey, guy, invited by that chick, that's your girlfriend's friend, she invited me. Are you okay? So they both were asking us, are we going to be good? Are we going to be okay? Is it fine? I was like, ni wrong, ni wrong, ni wrong. Niyenza into eniyazi uba ni wrong. Sixabene but nifuna usidibanisa. You know? So we had a conversation and the conversation went like, I was like, if I'm gonna trigger you ndikwenze ube nomsindo and do things that you say you don't want to do, or you don't, a person that you don't want to be like, then I'm not good for you. And he was telling me how he bought a gun. I don't know who was gonna shoot, but I didn't want to know how he bought a gun because he was angry. Yo, he was gonna kill me. Telling me how he bought a gun. Yes, at that time he was telling me, now he's trying to use Bonis how he actually does have anger issues. I was like, you know what? I'm not good for you because I'm gonna make you angry because the type of person that I am, if nengani, nam nengani. You can't be wrong and expect me to neng you. I can't neng life and neng a person. I can't neng life and neng a person. A man. I can neng a woman, but not a person. No, I did not. So I was like, no, it's cool. Let's just go our separate ways because obviously we bring out the worst in each other. So at least we were in agreement. But because a lot had happened before that, there's something that was even worse that happened before this incident where he tried to run me over. Something else happened. And I think because of all of those things, and he was telling me that the reason that he was upset with me, he flirted with the girl on purpose. That's why when he was touching the girl's thighs or dress or pulling her, the reason he was looking at me is because he wanted to get my attention and get me upset. Because he was angry at me for the argument we had the previous night or for the whatever reason that we argued. So he did that on purpose. You know, he was trying to get my attention, but I didn't cause a scene or do anything until when he came over to me and I was like, oh, kwazi kaloku. You know, so he was flirting with the girl that we were chilling with on purpose to get my attention. You get? So the whole thing that happened, the drama he caused, he was trying to get my attention, but namke anamcenga. You know, men, amadoda I have time to think. I have fun to think. It's not just us abane moods because fun to think. Nabo bayakwazi bane moods because bafuna ucengwa. Qha ke ngoku ufika emntwini ongacingi kakhulu mina ngicinga nisibane ucinga kayi-1 ucinga kayi-2 did you ayisuka yeka. I'm like that. I'm like, you know what? Yeka dosibindi ucenga. That's how I am. So when I wasn't nanging him the way he wanted me to nang him, he got upset. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.